The following is a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Georgia Highlands College presents Paulding County Patriot Football on the World Wide Web through Mixlr.com. Live coverage of Paulding County Patriot games on the Mountain Coast Network is brought to you in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Now, let's go live to the stadium for tonight's game with the voices of Paulding County football, Steve Turrentine and Logan Maddox.
And welcome into Dave Hardin Stadium here in Dallas, Georgia. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you, getting you set for some Thursday night football here on the Mountain Coast Network. Got a little switcheroo from the usual thing, Steve.
I'm going to tell you.
Here a night early.
I'm going to just preface by saying there'll be several times that I'll either reference Friday night or next week, and I don't know. I've got to get in my head it's Thursday night.
Well, it is Thursday night.
Yeah.
We're here, from what we understand, an official shortage here in the state of Georgia.
Yep.
We've seen that. I don't know if you saw the news, Steve. They actually mentioned that several classifications of the Georgia High School Association football playoffs, several are going to have to play on Saturday night this season because of shortage of officials.
Absolutely.
So it's just something that everybody's having to deal with.
Yeah.
But you know, to hear it from these coaches, from these players, they're excited. It's a little different than usual, and they want to get out here and have a fun night.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you and I talked about with some of it shortens those practice week a little bit for the players. But, yeah, I think I think they're fine with it. That didn't seem to bother them. And so here we are, Thursday night football.
Yes, indeed. Paulding County back at home after a couple of weeks, a road trip, different places. Back here hosting Dalton, a pair of two teams here in Region 5 Class 6A that haven't won a region game yet. Both teams trying to get that offer in the win column in region play over with, trying to get their first win, and two very quality teams, Steve. You look at Paulding County, we've seen the Patriots all year. We've seen how close they are to winning that first region game. You look at Dalton's schedule, they've put up some major points on teams. Just seems that they can't get that big stop when they needed to in region play.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said. They're playing well. I think these two teams are almost mirrors of themselves. They both are better than their record. They both have explosive offenses that they can score easily, they can score quickly at times. It just seems that they cannot put a full game together and secure a win. They'll play well in spurts, but they can't seem to pull it together. Today, I've been looking forward to seeing how each of these teams are going to respond as they come in to play against each other.
Well, Paulding County comes in 2-6 overall. They're 0-5 in region play. They've lost their last 5 games. Dalton, on the other hand, 1-7. They are 0-5 in region play as well. Dalton's only win coming over Ridgeland. 49-0, they knocked off the Panthers out of Walker County. But this is going to be a fun matchup. Two teams that have some history together, Steve, some playoff matchups, some pairings in the past. We'll talk more about that here in a bit. We're going to take a timeout here on the pregame show. We'll come back with a word from head coach Van Spence, and then after that, we're going to have a special guest. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here on the Mountain Coast Network. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
And welcome back to the Patriots pregame show, broadcasting live on the Mountain Coast Network. I'm your host, Logan Maddox, and I'm joined now by Paulding County head coach Van Spence. We're just a few minutes away from tonight's region showdown with Dalton. The Patriots and Catamounts are just about ready to tee it up live from Dave Hardin Stadium. Coach Spence, we've got 2 weeks left in the season. How do you feel?
I feel like we've got some great opportunities, and just excited to see these kids hopefully finish things out on a high note.
Well, last week the Patriots fell at county rival South Paulding. Coach, from your perspective, what happened in that game, and what was your message to the team afterwards?
What happened was they had some chances to make some big plays, and they did. And we did make a few plays, and I was pleased, like I'm sure we'll talk about as far as seeing some of the things David Okoye did. But my message to the kids is, little things matter, and they've got 2 more weeks to put some quality reps on tape, and hopefully we can, fight and go and be as productive and get something done these last 2 weeks.
Well, talking about David Okoye, it was great to have him back, Coach. He had over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. How impressed were you with his performance coming back and making that big of an impact?
Oh, it was great. I'm very impressed. I mean, we knew that he was going to provide some big-time things for us, but gosh, to come back after you've had a couple surgeries and then come out there and get 200 yards receiving, that's pretty awesome. So I think all of us were wowed a little bit.
Yes, sir. Looking at the rest of the offense, got to see some new guys in there on offense. Saw Gavin Van Dyke run the ball a little bit. How did you feel about the rest of the offense?
Well, I thought at times a lot of kids did some good things in spots. Like you said, Gavin Van Dyke, he's a young man, just about as company kid as that comes, and it was awesome to see Gavin do that. He's the one he texted us on a Sunday, said, "Coach, I'll run the ball. I'll try my best to do anything to help us in the run game," and he did. He fought hard and had a couple nice gainers. As always, Jacob Smith comes and does great things. I thought Simon Sheehan, our center, did some nice things. And then, of course, extension to the offense is Clay Walters, and he's doing what he does. So, I just want to talk about how great he's done. So, those guys did some good things. And, of course, Khalil Jones continues to do what he does. And so I was very pleased in those areas.
Well, on defense, the Patriots had a couple of really nice stops in the first half, but South Paulding was able to pull away a bit in the third and fourth quarters. What was your impression on the defensive effort?
I was a little disappointed that we didn't make plays when we had an opportunity in the pass game. They hit more chunk plays than anytime we'd like to see on the defensive side. I know Coach Coach Brown was very disappointed. And so, we just got to keep working. We got to keep getting better. But from the opportunity to make plays and not happening, that was probably one of the more disappointing things of the night.
Well, Coach, your team was down 21-0, then battled back with 12 unanswered points and made it a ball game there in the second quarter. That was helped out by a big blocked punt and a season-long field goal as well by Clay Walters. I know you mentioned him a minute ago. How did you feel about the special teams performance?
Well, that was, Liam Jeffries had the block. Liam been consistent all year. The guy plays offense. Of course, he's one of our leaders on defense, and he's on about the majority of our special teams units. So, I'm always pleased to see guys like Liam get, those accolades because he deserves it. He works hard every single day. He's a company guy. He's a guy that you want to see do great things, and because in the big picture, he's the type of guy that you want in your program and an example of your program. And as far as Clay goes, Clay right now is leading all 6A in field goals made. He's 8 for 8. He continues to do great things, but, he's an elite worker. He's an elite individual and how he goes about his day-to-day. So right now for me, I'm not surprised of anything that Clay Walters does because of what we've seen, his day-to-day work ethic. So I'm really proud of that kid, and I'm hoping that young man, and we're going to push forward all-region, all-state performer.
Absolutely. Well, as we move from looking at the game to looking at the preparation for this week, what were some of the things that yourself and the rest of the coaching staff really focused on in practice this week?
Dalton is a talented offensive unit. They have some playmakers on the offensive side. They've scored a lot of points on a lot of teams. So, as far as that goes, we want to limit the chunk plays defensively. And offensively, we were like, hey, we've got 3 young men in our receiving core that have done a lot of good stuff, and we're going to find ways to get them balls as many ways as possible. And we've got to find a way to generate a run game that will benefit us. So we worked really hard on that. And on the special teams units, we worked, a lot of things to help limit big plays in the special teams units, and also particular ways that maybe we can steal a few possessions.
Logan Maddox here speaking with Paulding County head coach Van Spence. His team's warming up right now, getting ready for tonight's home game against Dalton. Coach Spence, we've had a quick turnaround after last Friday's game at South Paulding. What have been some of the challenges of preparing for a Thursday night football game?
To be honest, Logan, there's really been no challenges. Our kids are excited. It's something new. When you've had some struggles like we have, any type of newness or different thing kind of gets the kids charged up and excited. So I think our kids are going about it. They're just excited to get to play a game a day earlier. And I think it'll be I think the effort will be good. I think I'm hoping the outcome is great. So, for us, we've just been going and saying, hey, it's a different thing. It's Thursday night football. Let's have fun with that.
Well, your guys have a chance to win their first region game of the year to get, big win number 1 in region play. What's been the team's mentality and attitude heading into tonight's contest?
Well, the mentality is let's like you said, let's get off the snide. Let's get a win. Let's get this thing, this losing feeling out of our taste out of our mouth. So that's been the biggest thing this week. It's been a fun, upbeat week of practice as far as prep goes, and the kids have just competed hard. So I'm looking forward to see that, what I've seen at practice, show up in the game.
Well, last question, Coach. What will your team, what will the Patriots have to do to come out on top this evening?
We will have to establish the run game. We will have to make sure when we get the opportunities on the offensive side to make big plays, we do that. And, of course, on the defensive side, we're going to have to limit chunk plays. That's what we must do. To be honest with you, Logan's the biggest thing. We got to stop buck sweep because they run that well. And like I already said, we got to limit those chunk plays. Special teams, we got to tackle. And then if we get an opportunity to steal a possession, we got to do that.
Sounds good, Coach. Any final thoughts?
No, just thank you to all the fans. And we want to say, those who are listening, good luck to our 7th and 8th grade programs this week in the playoffs. They're going in as the number 1 and number 2 overall seeds, so good luck to those guys.
And those guys are playing at home on Saturday, right?
Yes, sir. They're playing Saturday at 11. Our 7th grade plays Sprayberry, and our 8th grade plays at 1 versus Walton.
Sounds good. So anybody listening in, make sure to come on out to Dave Hardin Stadium on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon and catch some great football. But, Coach, we appreciate you talking to us. Thank you for your time, and good luck this evening.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you for all y'all do.
You've been listening to our pregame chat with Patriots head coach Van Spence ahead of tonight's Region 5 6A showdown against Dalton. We're going to take a timeout and hear from our sponsors. Paulding County Patriots football, presented by Georgia Highlands College, is on the Mountain Coast Network.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
And we're back here on the Patriots pregame show, broadcasting live on the Mountain Coast Network. I'm Logan Maddox, and I'm joined now by Paulding County quarterback Braden Malden. He's about ready to lead his team to battle against Dalton tonight. Braden, we sit here with 2 games left in the season. How are you feeling right now about your senior campaign?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I've had a great time playing with my team and just enjoying my time as a Patriot. So I feel like our mindset has been good. I mean, we're just trying to go 1-0 every week.
Braden, obviously you're the senior quarterback. You've spent a lot of time in this program. You're familiar with the players, and everybody looks to you as a leader anyway, being a quarterback, but even more so when you're the senior. How do you view your role as a leader on the team, and what are a few things that you do to try to fulfill that role as a leader during practice and during games?
I feel like my role is important, but me as a person, I'm not more important than anybody else on the team. I mean, I'm still a part of the team. I still got to play like I'm trying to win games. So I feel like I'm honored to have people to look up to me, but I can't put myself on a pedestal. So I feel like I just gotta be the example and show younger kids how to work.
One thing that's been a constant all year is that Paulding County has played a really tough schedule, whether you look back at the non-region play or in this grueling region in Region 5 Class 6A. How do you stay focused each week when every game is a tough opponent?
I just like the challenge. You know, it strengthens you as a person, strengthens you as a player. So I like Monday film, trying to break down the other team, whoever we're playing, this week beat Dalton. So I like breaking down the defense and just taking on the challenge.
As we continue to talk about you as a senior and the rest of this senior class, what sort of legacy are the 2021 Senior Patriots hoping to leave behind?
I just feel like we want to show that we work. You know, we're not big braggers. We're not big talkers. We just work. You know, me, Jacob, Tony, Clay, everybody else in the class. We just want to show that we can come from, you know, not a lot of talent, not a lot of numbers. We got a small senior class, so we just want to show that we work hard and do what's right.
Well, the Senior Patriots have improved every game. You guys have done a great job this season. It's been a lot of fun to have the opportunity to see you guys play every Friday night and obviously this week on Thursday night. Braden, you know, obviously you're one of the most talented quarterbacks in the region and you've put up crazy numbers. Are you looking to play college football or play football at the next level?
Yes, sir.
Are any schools, you know, showing some interest right now that you'd like to share?
Yes, sir. I talked to a couple schools here and there, but most consistently I talked to Reinhardt, and then I've talked to Tennessee Tech a couple times.
Sounds good. And then also, if you'd like to share, what are you planning to do, you know, in your life as a senior? You know, obviously, you had the chance, or you've got the chance coming up next week with senior night to have a little read about that over the PA, but what are you thinking about?
I plan to go play football in college, and then I plan to coach football.
Sounds good. Well, you got a great background for it, and you've had a great high school career so far. Still 2 big games coming up, and we're looking forward to tonight's game against Dalton. Any final thoughts, Braden?
No, sir. Just thank y'all for all y'all do and all y'all support.
Hey, absolutely. It's our pleasure. We're happy to. Thank you, Braden, and good luck tonight.
Sir, thank you.
And that was our pregame chat with Paulding County quarterback Braden Malden getting set for tonight's game against Dalton. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back a little bit closer to kickoff. You're listening to the Patriots pregame show on the Mountain Coast Network.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want, from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands. Learn more at georgiapower.com/reliability.
And we're back here at Dave Hardin Stadium on the campus of Paulding County High School in Dallas, Georgia. Logan Maddox, Steve Turrentine with you on the Mountain Coast Network, getting set for this Region 5 6A matchup. Paulding County hosting Dalton, 2 storied programs and a couple of teams trying to get their first region win of the year. Steve, this is going to be a fun one.
It is going to be a good one. These 2 really good teams, and I know it may sound a little strange to say when you're looking at both teams coming in without a region win and not having the season that some of these, obviously the other teams in the region are or whatever, but these are 2 good teams. I don't know if we can emphasize enough how strong this region is. And you take these 2 teams and you put them in another region, there's a good possibility that they're going to be one of the top 4. And so it's a challenging region. It's a tough region. You heard Coach Spence and you heard Braden talk about that. But the reality is, I loved what Braden said. You go into every week wanting to be 1-0. You can't get bogged down in the in where you are, you have to focus on where you want to be. And so that's how they work. That's what they do. Both of these teams do. There's a lot of pride in both of these schools. You know that, Logan. And so going into this game, they're going to approach it just like if it was the first game of the season, I'm sure. And I think we're going to be in for a good game.
Well, looking at this region, you mentioned how tough it is. We'll look at the region standings, and shocker, Steve, we got 4 teams tied at the very top.
I know.
Carrollton, Douglas County, Rome, and South Paulding, all 4-1 in region play. Coming up the rear is Alexander. The Cougars still with a chance to make the playoffs. They would have to win out, obviously, and maybe get a little bit of help as well. But Alexander sitting in 5th place with a 3-2 region record. East Paulding in 6th with a 1-4 record. Dalton and Paulding County tied for 7th in the region. They're both 0-5 right now, but it's such a tight and competitive region. You know, anything could happen in this game just like anything could happen in any of the other games in the region this week.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and of course, you know, you're looking at, especially next week as Paulding County moves in and host Rome next week. You know, anytime you can take to be a spoiler, or anytime you can take to kind of put your stamp on someone else's, if you know, someone else's season, if it's a way you can throw a wrench in it, you want to do that. You want to play the best of your ability, and so, you know, both of these teams have opportunities to do that. So, but right now they're focused on what they have to do tonight to get that win, and to be able to feel a lot of pride and real good about what they do and how they play tonight.
We're still sitting a few minutes away from kickoff. We'll take a look at how the teams in the region did last week. The game you heard right here on the Mountain Coast Network, Paulding County fell in Douglasville to South Paulding 56-26. Dalton with a great effort over at Douglas County High School. They fell 55-42, but man, talk about putting up points on a great defense. Credit to them there. We saw that Douglas County defense. They're ferocious, scoring 7 touchdowns on them, 6 touchdowns on them. Tip of the cap, no doubt, to Dalton in that one. Some other games in region play, Rome and Alexander, that was the big one we were looking at, Steve, and as expected, the Wolves got the win, but it was maybe a little bit closer than some people expected. 16-6, that one at Barron Stadium. And then finally, Carrollton trounced East Paulding 35-7. Really no surprises there, Steve. I would say number 1, Dalton scoring 42 is definitely big for them. But yeah. I think Alexander holding their own against Rome is good. But still, if you're the Cougars, your back's against the wall right now.
Oh, absolutely. And all those things are good, and those are things that you can kind of, you know, hold on to. But the reality is, win or lose, none of that matters right now. What matters is they have to execute. I love what Coach Smith was talking about. They have to. There's things that they're working on. I don't know if you remember the last week they talked about how they had to work on special teams. Well, they came out, special teams played really, really well, and so he's talking about this week that he really wants to make sure that they're locking up, that they're tackling, that they're not, you know, that they're not getting a lot of empty tackles, that they're making sure that they're tackling well, making sure that they're keeping containment on that end, because Dalton likes to use that speed. They like to try to hit the corners and hit the ends on sweeps and power sweeps and those kind of things. And so, you know, he's talked about those type of things that they need to do, and so they've got to make sure that they do those kind of things. That's what they've worked on. So.
And then we've got our team captains getting set to walk out on the field here in just a second, Steve. As they're making their way out there, we do want to look at some other games this week in the region. There's one other Thursday night game going on right now, just a few minutes down the road at East Paulding, as they're hosting South Paulding. Yeah, and that's a big matchup.
Should be an interesting matchup, really. I mean, that should be a good one. It's funny, we're going to talk about these different matchups within this region, and we're pretty much going to say the same thing, because they're good. They're good teams. They do a lot of things well. Every team in this region, Logan, one of the things that's kind of blown my mind this year is their offenses are so explosive. Every single one, whether it's a runner, whether they're primarily running or primarily throwing, they can strike at any time, including these two tonight. And so if you get an opportunity to watch a game in this region, you need to. There's some really, really good football players. And I think every game we've watched, we said, hey, this kid's had offers already, or he's had interest here. And, you know, there's 4 or 5 kids that we do that with almost every night.
Absolutely. Well, two other games in the region this weekend. Alexander is traveling to Carrollton tomorrow night. That one's a big one. Alexander has to win and then win next week to get into the playoffs. And then finally, Douglas County and Rome at Barron Stadium. Two teams tied, top the region. That is going to be a big one over in Rome. But the team captains meeting at midfield now for Paulding County. Your team captains go like this. It's going to be number 7 out there, David Okoy. Also number 17, Braden Malden. Number 23, the senior Clay Walters. And number 54, the offensive lineman, the senior Jacob Smith. And as for Dalton, team captains going like this for the Catamounts. Number 5 out there, the senior Kareem Page. Also number 18 out there, that is the senior Brock Johnson. Number 60 out there for the Catamounts as well, Grant Halverson, another senior. And then finally, number 56, Brandon Arredondo, the senior defensive lineman for Dalton. Paulding County, obviously the home team here, wearing their home blue uniforms. It's blue top and blue pants as well. They've got the white numbers. Dalton, on the other hand, they are wearing their road white unis with the white top, white pants,
Dalton has won the toss and elected to receive.
Red helmets, the Dalton logo. So, you just heard the PA man. Dalton won the toss, and they're going to receive. And that's something that we haven't seen much this season. Usually people choosing to defer.
They do.
But
Paulding County, I think, did it one of the first game, if I'm not mistaken. They won the toss, chose to receive, but you don't see that very often. That I think in a lot of ways it's kind of the coach might be trying to coach. Excuse me, Coach Carpenter might be trying to set a message to his team of, hey, we're going to take what we're good at, and we're going to take advantage of it first series.
And you heard him. Dalton threw the banner first, and now here come the Patriots through the north end zone, bringing up the rear. A couple of Patriots holding up the PC flag. Here comes Paulding County. Once again, Paulding County wearing the blue home unis. It's a navy blue top and pants, white numbers with the white helmet, striped down the middle, PC logo on one side and their number on the other side. Dalton wearing their road white unis, white top, white pants, red numbers, red helmets, and it has the Dalton logo on the side as well. Talking about this rivalry, we call it a rivalry. The teams haven't played very much, Steve. This is only the 5th meeting all time. Dalton is 3-1 against Paulding County. The two schools aren't necessarily close, but they're in the same region because there are no 6A schools in extreme northwest Georgia. This is the closest region for them. And so Dalton got a big win last year, knocked off Paulding County 27-15. That one was up in Whitfield County. Paulding County trying to battle back. Looking at the other meetings between the two teams, Paulding County's only win came here in Dallas in 2002 as Rick Saul's Patriots beat Ronnie McClurk's Catamounts 17-14. Dalton then won the year before in the semifinals in the Dome. They won 22-3. That was a huge win for Dalton, a game that they'll never forget. And then the last meeting before last year was in 2003. It was an overtime game in Dalton as the Catamounts won 34-31. So Paulding County out on the field getting ready to kick this one off. Clay Walters, the senior, to boot it deep. And back to return for Dalton, number 1, the junior Luke Blanchard, and number 7, the senior Journey Boston.
What a great name.
Journey Boston.
Journey Boston. Who's actually, little pooch.
It is a pooch kick, but it goes out of bounds. Paulding County not able to recover it. And Dalton will have it with great starting field position here.
That was one of those take advantage of special teams and will not be afraid of trying to throw in some tricks in there from time to time. What you got to lose? That's one of the things Coach Spence was talking about.
Absolutely. He said that they wanted to have the chance to maybe steal some possessions, and absolutely doing a pooch, maybe slash onside kick to start out the game. Yeah. That's risky.
It is with this type of an offense, but it's like saying why not?
Well, Paulding County on defense to start things out. Dalton out there first, and they're led by the senior quarterback, Brady Pendley. He's in the gun. He'll hand it off to the running back left side, and that's Greenwave. He loses his footing, falls ahead. He gains around 4 yards on first down. That's Tyson Greenwave, the junior running back.
Yeah, very good running back. Matter of fact, we talked about, Journey Boston being one of the deep men on that kickoff. Greenwave was out for a few games, and Journey Boston had to step in and as a running back and had a phenomenal few games. And so he's obviously a very, very athletic young man. Great run right there by Greenway.
And we're back here on the Mountain Coast Network. Apologize for losing connection there. On second down, Dalton will keep it on the ground again. They give it to Greenwade, and he's got enough for a first down. A gain of 6 on 2nd and 6, and it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's exactly that little power sweep that they're running. They're pulling that guard, and he's coming out and trying to help get that corner. And so they're having the reach block by the tight end that's on this side. They ran that off to the weak side that time. They're trying to take advantage of that speed and get to the corners.
3 receivers to the right, now a tight end to the right, left to right in motion. Penley in the gun. He'll hand it off to Greenwade. No, he keeps it on a read option, cuts upfield. He's at the 45, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and hit at the 42-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on first down on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play and a good fake. I thought Greenwade had it. I thought they were running the sweep on the other side over there, but they didn't. And it's a good little keeper. Got a good amount of yards. Got about a little over half they needed for a first down.
Dalton has it second down and let's say 3 here. Ball at the Paulding County 42 on the left hash. The snap to Pendley. They'll hand it off to the running back. Now it's a reverse coming near side. It's Journey Boston. Boston at the 40, the 35, the 30 down the near sideline and out of bounds inside the 20. They're going to say he was knocked out at around the 17-yard line. A huge gain there for Boston.
Yeah, great job. They've just been setting up by running those sweeps and running those runs that go into the end, and great job. Just ran that reverse. And actually a phenomenal job by quarterback Brady Penley this time. When they ran the reverse, they were coming back this side. He did a good job of just kind of getting in the way, making contact with the corner here to sprung, allowed Journey Boston to get around the edge.
Penley in the gun, the snap to him. He looks left side. He's going to flare one towards the end zone. It's incomplete, but a couple flags come in, and I think that's the right call. Incomplete, and it's probably going to be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, they were running a little fade route, and he did. He kind of looked like he grabbed him a little bit as he was coming out of his break, but that's going to put him in pretty good field position right there.
Intended receiver that time was the senior Kareem Page. And in coverage for Paulding County was Khalil Jones. I believe it was Jones. Might have been David Okoye. And, you know, that's how much they've missed Okoye, is that he comes in and immediately he's a starter on offense and defense. Unfortunately, the junior getting tagged with DPI that time. It'll be 1st and 10, or 1st and 2 inside the 10 here. They'll hand it off on 1st and 2, and they get inside the 5. A carry by the running back. He cuts upfield and gets a nice gain. And Chris Core, check that, Daniel O'Neill, the sophomore linebacker, comes up shaking a little bit for Paulding County.
Yeah, one of the things, we talked about, we're going to see some different people out there this time on at that cornerback spot. We've got one of the stalwarts there, Tyler Smith, is injured. We've noticed he was on the sideline today, and that's going to hurt them defensively.
They'll run it with Greenwade again. Right side, cuts inside, and he will score. Touchdown, Dalton. Tyson Greenwade from 3 yards out, and the Catamounts take a 6-0 lead here in the first quarter. That time, nothing too fancy. The offensive line got enough of a push to find a hole, and it opened up, got him into the end zone.
Just a straight dive right in the A-gap, and did a really good job. Line did a good job exploding off there, getting that opening just enough for Greenway to get in and then get in the end zone.
The kicker for Dalton, number 16, Pepe Lara, the senior. And his kick is up and good, but this one's blown dead before.
Yeah, I believe we were offside, it looked like.
Snap for offsides against the defense.
So that'll move them a little bit closer. Do they think about going for 2 here? We'll check and see. And they are. They're going to bring the kicking team off. They're going to bring on the offense. So Dalton now just a few inches away from a 2-point conversion. They're going to go for it. Brady Penley, the quarterback, I believe he was already the holder. He stays in there. They bring in Tyson Greenwade, the running back, who just scored. It's 6-0 Dalton, 9:27 to go in the first quarter, and they're trying a 2-point conversion here. Penley in the pistol. Behind him's Greenwade. They give it to him straight up the gut, and it looks like he's in, and the referees agree. 2-point conversion is good for Greenwade, and Dalton takes an 8-0 lead.
Yeah.
9.5 to go.
Sorry about that. Exact same play. They scored a touchdown on it. It's just a straight dive off that right side, right between the center and the guard, and we've got to be able to step into those gaps. But, yeah, just well done. That one of those things where we've talked about before where turnovers and penalties hurt us from time to time.
And we apologize to our listeners having a little bit of connection issue. Unfortunately, we're going to try to figure that out here on this Thursday night in Dallas. Not the opening possession that Paulding County was hoping for. Dalton won the toss, elected to receive, and took it all the way down the field. The big gainer on that drive, a 25-yard receiver reverse to Journey Boston that got him inside the red zone. And a couple of really nice runs by Tyson Greenwade as well. Pepe Lara, the senior kicker for the Catamounts. He's on to boot this one away, the righty, who had converted the extra point, but obviously after that penalty, they decided to go for 2. Lara back in there to kick it off. Looks like Mason Hamilton back to return for Paulding County at the 10. Lara steps up, puts his right foot into it, and it's a nice one. End-over-end kick, and it's going to lead Hamilton into the end zone for a touchback. So Paulding County will have it on their own 20 to start out this Thursday evening, Steve.
You did it. I'm impressed. You got Thursday evening.
Yeah, hey, we're going to try to get it. You know, we mentioned it earlier. Yeah, we're conditioned to say Friday night, but hey, we're going to try to say Thursday as much as possible. So I think imperative here, Paulding County needs a response of some kind.
Here.
Yeah.
And they, obviously the score is what you want, but ideally you want to establish something here. You want to establish your running game, ideally both, running game, passing game, but you want to establish something. You don't need a 3 and out. You need to really try to eat up some clock and to send a message that you can run the ball, you can throw the ball.
Malden in the gun. Bringing the receiver in motion, they'll pitch it forward to Okoye. He makes the defensive lineman miss. He's at the 20, trying to break away from a defensive back, and they're going to wrestle him down. It's a gain of just about a yard, maybe 2 on the pitch forward to Okoye.
Yeah, those are always, that counts as a forward pass, so that would count as a pass and a reception. But yeah, he was just trying to catch that corner. I think if he could have cut it up almost right after he got in the pitch, he would have had a little bit more room, but great closing right there for the Catamounts.
Trips right, one receiver to the left, bringing Okoye in motion. Play action. They're going to throw it on a screen near side. Chardavon drops it. It hits the turf harmlessly, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 now. Paulding County with the ball on their own 22.
Yeah, this is a tough. This is where they were a lot of times last week. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10s, beyond 3rd and 10s. A lot more times than they were short yardage. So the good thing is they have the personnel to be able to pull it off. It's just hard to do it on a consistent basis.
Malden trying to work the snap count here. Unsuccessfully. Now he looks to the sideline, gets a play call in. Malden in the pistol, same formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. The snap to Malden, the senior, in the gun, stepping up, and he is wrapped up by a defensive lineman. They'll sack him, and he'll lose a yard or 2. And that's going to bring up a punting situation here for Paulding County. They go 3 and out.
Yeah, that's not exactly what they needed. We're going to really have to have defense step up. He just didn't have time to make the throw. I believe they were running deeper routes, 15, 20 yards, and just didn't have time to make their cuts and make their plants in the ground and make their cut before the pocket collapsed on him.
So Paulding County to punt it away. Journey Boston waiting at midfield to receive this punt. Clay Walters at his own 5. Ready to send this one over. He's had a couple of huge punts this year in terms of flipping field position. We'll see if the senior can work his magic one more time. Low snap, actually one hops it to him, but he sends a missile away. It's going to hit at the opposing 45. On one hop, it's fielded by Boston. He's got the edge. He's at the 50, still on his feet. At the 40, at the 30, at the 21 man to beat. It's the punter. He won't catch him. Touchdown, Dalton, but a couple of flags are back, and you got to think that the points are going to come off the board.
Yeah, it looked like a block in the back was one that I kind of saw. I wondered if they were going to call it. It was close, but he definitely got his helmet behind him. I'm not sure if the other one typically at that where it was right as he was, that was the same side as he was running on. It might have been a hold or something of that nature. But
called against Dalton.
So Dalton has that touchdown on the punt return wiped off. It'll stay 8-0 Catamounts with 7:46 to go here in the first quarter. Steve, probably not the start Paulding County was hoping for, but you got to get a stop here.
Yeah, it's and even right there, that's one of the things that Coach Vance has talked about, starting from last week, was how important special teams was. There was really no reason. That ball bounced twice before Boston caught it, and we We abandoned our lanes there on that left side of the field where he ended up going. We had 2 people down there that missed a tackle. It's just those kind of things. Fortunately for Paulding County, penalty was called, but yeah, they're going to have to make sure that they're covering much better than that in the future.
So Dalton has it here. Penley in the gun. He'll turn around, play action. Penley to pass for the first time. Looking long, lets one fly. Receiver is open at the 30. He's got it. He's wrestled down at the 22. Paulding County says they pulled it away, but not before he hit the ground. A long pass all the way down to Kareem Page.
Well thrown ball. That was a long throw. And not only that, it was on a line. That was a really nicely thrown ball by Brady Penley. And he actually had 2 receivers. One was behind in the middle, got through that seam, and then they had Kareem Page on this left side, and that's who he chose to throw it to. Just a big yardage gain right there for the Catamounts.
About 38 yards on that pass. Play action. He'll throw a screen right side here. It's complete inside the 20, trying to get to the edge at the 15, knocked out at the 12-yard line. A completed pass that time to number 10, Warner Ross.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of balancing that run and pass. First possession was basically all run this year. This possession has been basically all passes. Mixing it up. Kareem Page, one pass. That pass was to Warner Ross, little wide receiver screen, and just getting chunks of yardage as they go.
If you're just joining us, 8-0, Dalton on top, 6:44 and ticking here in the first quarter. Penley in the pistol, hands it off to Greenwade. Greenwade between the tackles, cuts up. He's inside the 10. Ball is out, or is the ball out? They might have just been pushing the pile
I think
there.
Just pushing the pile.
He gets all the way inside the 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 after a gain of 8 there by Greenwade.
Stopped at the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, they're definitely having a big push in the middle. I will not be surprised if this run is about where it was the last time, around the 3-4 yard line. I'll be surprised if they don't run off guard either side, left or right side. They're getting a big push in the middle of that offensive line.
Huge offensive line, definitely creating some space here. They're going to throw a fade right side, and it's out of the end zone. Incomplete. A late flag comes in from the opposite side of the field here on the near side. That lob was thrown on the far sideline. We'll see what this penalty is. It had to have been away from the play.
They were running a little drag route from this left side. I don't know if it was a tight end or slot. Couldn't tell. So I don't know if one of the Paulding people grabbed him or if they were holding on this side. I couldn't tell. Or holding from Dalton maybe.
We'll check and see the white hat giving in the call here in just a moment.
Will face a 2nd and 6.
And I think they're going to call an offsides against Dalton. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Didn't see a call. So
I think well, I thought they called holding. I thought I heard the PA announcer say that, but I'm not positive.
Well, it moves it up only 5, or moves it back 5 yards. It's 2nd and 6 now. They'll run it with Greenwade again, right side, and staying on his feet, but finally dropped at the 7-yard line. He gains a few. It'll be 3rd down and medium.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was very surprised when they were on that 3-yard line that they even considered throwing. Paulding County hadn't been able to stop them right now with that run up the middle. And like I said, they're getting a big surge. But, those kind of mistakes, and I call it a mistake, that Dalton makes is where Paulding County really needs to take advantage of and hopefully get some stops right here.
Penley to pass on 3rd and goal. It's complete, touchdown. Just an out route that time. Completed it to number 7, Journey Boston, and it's 14-0 here in the first quarter.
Touchdown Catamounts.
About a 7-yard touchdown pass there from Penley to Boston. And Dalton adds to their lead. It's 2 possession now. First catch of the game for Journey Boston. Extra point about to be attempted here by the other kicker, J.J. Robledo, the senior. Also a right-footed kicker. Good snap, good hold. The kick looks good from here, and it is. So that makes it 15-0. Dalton with a big first quarter, and they lead it by 2 scores, 5 minutes and 19 seconds left here in quarter number 1. With this moment of downtime, I do want to thank all of our sponsors here on the Mountain Coast Network. They include Georgia Highlands College, Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax.
You can purchase one ticket.
So Paulding County, after going 3 and out, they have negative 1 yard on offense so far on that one drive. They're going to get the ball back and see if they can have some more success here. Mason Hamilton at his own 10, ready to receive this kickoff. And it looks as if Pepe Lara will send it over once more.
Or from the concession stand located behind the home bleachers.
Paulding County's defense right now unable to get a stop on their first 2 drives, giving up 62 on the ground and 56 through the air. We'll see if the offense can have some more success as they get the ball back. Lara sends this one. It's a great kick, and it's going to sail over the head of Mason Hamilton at his own 5. It'll hit in the end zone and roll out of the back of the end zone. So Paulding County gets the ball back on another touchback.
Yeah, we just got to, and I think we were planning on doing that, but we're going to have to just make sure that I would not be surprised that if we don't come in right now, hit some wide receiver screens. We tried to do that a little bit, or one time anyway, with Chardavon, but I'll be surprised if we don't run some slants, try to hit some quick screens. I see Van Dyke in there as a running back right now. We did a great job last week for us.
Braden Malden, the senior quarterback, in the pistol, and he'll hand it off to Van Dyke. Van Dyke left side runs a man over, but credit to him. He's a trooper, held on to him and brought him down after a yard gain.
Yeah, that's a big hit by linebacker for Dalton. Really good job, 56.
Yeah, Brandon Arredondo, the senior who was a team captain earlier.
Yeah.
Big hit. Van Dyke lowered his shoulder, thought he ran him over. Then you notice Arredondo just brought him down. 2nd down and 9 now, ball on their own 21. 1 receiver out to the left, 1 receiver to the right, a tight end on the right side, an H-back on the right side. Pistol formation, Malden the quarterback. He gets a snap, looking left side. He'll throw long. Coming back to the ball, it's caught, and
Great
it's a first down up to the 40 on the far sideline. Khalil Jones.
Absolutely phenomenal. What a great throw by Malden, a great reception by Jones. That's just good chemistry right there, just good teamwork. That's knowing each other. A little back shoulder throw. It looked like it was going to be short, but it wasn't. It was thrown that way in purpose. Jones made a great job of stopping, coming back to it, and making the catch. That was a big first down.
It's one of those big chunk plays that Coach Spence always talks about, 21 yards and a first down. Malden, he's going to tuck it, try to step up as nobody was open. He actually gains a yard. He was getting sacked there, but, using that big 6'2", 6'3" frame and bulldozing ahead to get past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like Chardavon just kind of did a step back as a possible wide receiver screen, and Okoye, who was the widest receiver on this side, was running a kind of a skinny slant basically, and it wasn't there. So did a good job of just holding on to it and getting at least a yard there.
Ball on the Paulding County 42-yard line on the left hash. Patriots have it, trailing 15-0 here in the first quarter. It's 2nd down and 9. Malden looking near side. He'll throw on a slant. It's caught by David Okoye up to midfield. That'll set up a 3rd down and 1.
Again, well thrown, well caught, good route, made a good cut right there to get inside of that defender, and right on the money with the throw.
8-yard pickup on the pass from Malden to Okoye. Now it's 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 49 of Dalton. Malden under center, and it's going to be a quarterback sneak. They push him ahead, and he's got the first down.
Great job.
Looks like he had it.
He did, yeah. Forward, they got him on forward progress. It was. The pile just kept on moving.
Yeah, I was wondering, didn't know what was going on there, but yeah, good job. Good call. We've not seen the quarterback sneak much this year.
Really good call. Malden was big enough. He's got good size. He was able to kind of move the pile himself there for a while. And I like they did it on early count. They were quick to get up to. He got under center instead of going to shotgun. And kind of did early count, was able to get the first down easily. And that's what we talked about. Third and 2, 3rd and 3, so much easier than and it doesn't wear on you as much as continually having 3rd 9, 3rd 10.
So it's 1st and 10, ball at the Dalton 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dalton on top 15-0. But Paulding County with their best drive so far. He's lobbing one near side. Okoye with a step, and it's intercepted. Picked off there. Okoye wanting a flag. Dalton has it. They're taking it on the far side of the field up to the 30, the 35. Lowers his shoulder and runs a man over. Intercepted there by the Catamounts. It's Assad Tanner, the junior.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was a little surprised. I was like Okoye. The ball was up for grabs, and it looked like the receiver just – extended his arm, pushed Okoye away from him, was able to get that interception. I bet if Malden had that to do over. He'd want to throw that a little bit further because McCoy could have run under it possibly. But really not bad coverage right there by Dalton.
So Dalton's going to have it first down and 10, ball on their own 38-yard line. They lead it 15-0. Not what Paulding County was wanting here in the first quarter, but now you see what this defense is made of.
Absolutely.
We'll see if they can turn it around and try to get a stop. Dalton with 118 total yards and pretty evenly split between the ground game and passing. The quarterback is senior Brady Penley. He's in the pistol. Bringing a tight end in motion left to right. The snap to Penley. Turns around, hands it off to Greenwade. Greenwade hits the offensive line and falls down. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, good job right there. Paulding County that time decided to fill. Couldn't tell which linebacker it was, but stepped up into that hole to fill it, and did a good job of making that tackle. Just like Coach Vance was talking about, we want to be able to make those tackles when we get that opportunity.
Penley in the gun now. Greenwade to his left, a tight end on the right. Two receivers to the left. The snap to Penley, hands it off to Greenwade. Right side between the tackles, up across the 35, still pushing close to the 40, and he's going to be called down there. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up for Dalton.
Yeah, big 3rd down right here. Is one of the first 3rd downs that they've had, and so just a big opportunity for Paulding County to step up.
And had said ball on their 38 earlier. It was on their 33. They gained 7 there up to their own 40-yard line. Dalton leading 15-0. Crowd making some noise on this Thursday night at Dave Hardin Stadium, getting into it and trying to get in.